A little segment we've done on here before, just quick Q&A. I didn't get very many questions this week, but it's fine. I think I got what, four questions, so no big deal. We'll run through these pretty quick. I'm gonna keep putting these out, and if you guys have questions, throw them out and I'll answer them. Got a question about KU's football record, kind of what I think. How do I think they do this season? I know this is a Husker podcast, but I threw it out for overall college football, so this is the only non-Husker question I got. But looking at their schedule, I think the ceiling for them is probably 9 wins. I think the floor, I think they can easily get 6 wins. They got Lindenwood to start. I think I mean, if you lose that one, you're in quite a bit of trouble. Illinois is going to be a tough game. I think they can. I think that's 50-50 game. Illinois is going to be better. Should be able to beat UNLV. Should be able to beat West Virginia. I think they can beat TCU. I think they can beat Arizona State. Houston, K-State, and Iowa State. That's a really rough stretch. Then the end of the year, BYU, Colorado, Baylor. Depending on how Colorado is this year, I honestly have no idea what to expect from them. But I think you can get 9-10 wins out of that, and I think the floor is 6. If we don't win 6 with that schedule, then I think Leipold might not be as good as what everyone thinks he is. I'm not saying he's not. I think Leipold's doing a really good job. I'm just saying you got to win 6 with that easy of a schedule. Next question I had is how do I think Dylan Raiola is going to do as a true freshman? Okay, I just got to be real. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, man. I'm drinking the Rool-Aid, so to speak. I'm all over Dylan Raiola. Just watching, it's hard to judge off high school, but he played at a really good high school, and he's going to be good. What I saw from the spring game, this dude is going to be legit. Like I said earlier, the biggest concern I have, don't hurt, can't get him hurt and can't get him sacked a bunch. We keep him up. I think he's going to be good. We don't even need him to come in and be great, guys. We don't even really need him to be good. We just need him to not turn the damn ball over and we're fine. If we don't turn the ball over, this offense is going to be good. And I think he is going to be good. Some of the throws he made at the spring game, I'm like, ooh, that's pro prospect throws. I'm not saying you can go to the pros right now. I'm just saying that's pro arm talent right there. So I'm really excited for Dylan Raiola. Question I got, this one came from my brother, is what do I think the ceiling and the floor is for Nebraska this year? All right, let's be real. The floor for Nebraska, it's got to be pretty low, right? Just because of who we have been the last few years, at least in my opinion. I don't see how we don't win 6, though. I understand it's Nebraska, so maybe they'll find a way to only win 4 or 5 games. But with this schedule, there is if we don't win, there's no way. UTEP, no how why what, go. I'll talk about UTEP here in a second. Colorado, I think we can go win that game. I don't think Colorado's going to be that good this year, but hey, who knows? Call that an L. I'm not going to, but call it an L. Okay, UTEP, Northern Iowa, Illinois would be a tough game, but I feel like we can beat them. Purdue should be able to beat them. Rutgers going to be better this year. Indiana, dude, if we're not minimum 5-2 going into Ohio State, I want to bash my head against the wall. We got UCLA; they're going to be trash this year. And then USC, Wisconsin, and Iowa. We can get another win out of that. We're looking at if we don't hit 6 this year, I'm going to lose my mind. Is what I'm basically trying to say. The ceiling, from what I see, I think our ceiling's probably 9, maybe 10. I think if we play as good as we can, I mean, looking at that schedule again, if we're as good as what I think we have the potential to be, UTEP, Colorado, Northern Iowa, Illinois, Purdue, Rutgers, Indiana. I think no matter how good we do, we're probably going to lose to Ohio State. USC depends on how good they are. I mean, I could see us win 9 or 10. I really could, but I also could see us winning 4 or 5 because it's Nebraska. So that's kind of what I think is our ceiling. I'll do a big schedule breakdown, like I said, week by week, kind of once we get closer to it. But I that's kind of what I'm thinking so far. And this is a question I really freaking like. What is the biggest thing I want to see in the UTEP game? Okay. This is going to be the football coach in me speaking for a second and not the fan in me speaking. I'm not worried about what the final score ends up being necessarily. I'm worried about how we look in that game. I like no freaking turnovers, but if we turn the ball over once, it's fine. We got to win the turnover battle. Like I said, I'm not as much worried about the score. Obviously, I want us to win, and I think we can win. But I mean, we're 3-4 touchdown favorites. If we only win by 27 as opposed to 30, I don't freaking care. If we honestly only win by 18 as opposed to 30, I really don't care. Would I love that? Yes. But if we perform well and it's just kind of one of those games, that's the thing that I think gets lost in these early season games. And this is coming from a high school football coach's perspective, is get so wrapped up in the score. And your season isn't determined by how you do in that first game, right? The biggest thing, and I'm going to steal it from Nick Saban, is reading all that rat poison, hearing the rat poison stuff. Because I think a big problem that we get is, oh, well, they were supposed to win by 30 and they only won by 19. Like, is this team not as good? Like, they went and blew out another D1 football team by 20 points or whatever. Like, that's hard to do. And again, football is one of those things. And no matter what happens, football is a game where bad stuff is going to happen. Always does. You can go win. I mean, last year in Spring Hill, we went and played Bonner Springs. We had like 56 points in the first quarter and minute and a half, right? Bad stuff happens in football, though. Even that game where we blew them out, there's still things you got to improve on. Same with college football, same with the pro football. Nothing's going to go perfect. So I'm more worried about when something bad happens, how do we improve from it? And can we limit the mistakes? That's the biggest thing I want from the UTEP game. It isn't, oh, I want to go win by 30 points. Like, I don't care. You sound like a stupid fan when you say things like that. It just shows you don't know kind of what goes into it. Like, I want to go out there and look good. That's my biggest thing I'm looking for in the UTEP game. Did you enjoy that clip from the BA Coaches Show? Well, if you did, give us a like or a follow, subscribe, however you're watching this. Go check us out on all social media pages at the BA Coaches Show. We're talking all things Husker sports all the time. So check it out. Check out our podcast, check out our live streams, and go Big Red.